everything around us, the ground, the trees, the very air we breathe. All of it came to be over a period of 4.6 billion years. We will go over this timeline today. This is the Earth, Draw My Life. The Earth did not just simply pop into the universe. Random debris and dust floating in space began to combine, following the creation of the sun. Water formed when the vapor in the atmosphere began to cool and become liquid around 4.4 billion years ago. The Earth's beginning was violent. During its early life, an object the size of Mars smashed into the Earth, sending bits of the planet everywhere. These pieces coalesced and formed the Moon. The Earth began to form once again. The impact also brought new materials that reacted with the hot sea. These chemical changes led to the formation of proteins, which are the building blocks for DNA and later cells. Earliest signatures of life came about around 3.8 billion years ago. Our ancestors were the most basic form of life, prokaryotic cells. All life on the planet developed from these microscopic life forms. This form of life would continue for millions of years before they eventually evolved into multicellular organisms. Around 3.5 billion years ago, the first organisms producing oxygen began to form. The excess oxygen was dumped into the atmosphere, slowly forming the basis for larger life forms. Without large amounts of oxygen, us humans and the land creatures around us most likely wouldn't have come to be. 3 billion years ago, the tectonic plates began to shift violently. This was the very beginning of the supercontinents. However, they wouldn't come to be for another 500 million years. Eventually, 1 billion years after the first traces of photosynthesis, this amount of oxygen reached significant levels, around 1% of Earth's atmosphere. When these levels reached high enough amounts, life on Earth was able to evolve more and become larger and more complicated. Around 1.9 billion years ago, the first supercontinent known as Nuna came to be. The supercontinents would be key in the story of evolution. When the continents split, the animals on them slowly became exposed to new environments. Eventually, the animals would diversify and become a completely new species. 100 million years after the formation of Nuna, eukaryotic cells began to appear, blazing the path for evolution. They resided in the early oceans and will stay that way for over 1 billion years. It was the dawn of the supercontinents, and around 1.2 billion years ago, supercontinent Rodinia formed. It stayed together for around 600 million years before finally breaking up. The event was exciting, but nothing near as impressive as what was about to come. 500 million years ago brought the Cambrian explosion, a period in which life began to diversify immensely. The first multicellular invertebrates roamed the ocean. But during this period, there was also another huge achievement. The first life on land appears in the form of plants. The first land invertebrates would not appear for another 150 million years. They were tetrapods, all alone in an alien world. Yet they are our ancestors. Without their first steps, us modern humans would not be where we are today. However, humans have not entered the story quite yet. Throughout this period until about 60 million years ago, it was the age of the dinosaurs. They would not be around for long though, as around 60 million years ago, a meteorite around 11 kilometers wide killed everything except the smallest animals, mammals included. These small mammals evolved rapidly until about 3 million years ago. This was the beginning of modern humans. We evolved rapidly from primates since then. Our discoveries have brought us where we are today. We created machines, math, science, and still do now. And this is where you and I come in. Lorenzo was born on January 9th, 2001. I was born on March 12th, 2002. We all come into this universe, and eventually we all leave it. Just like the Earth. This has been the Earth for all my life. Thank you for watching.